I was supposed to work today and it didn't work. So the person had canceled their appointment or rescheduled it. And so while I was in town, I'll pop this trunk. I went to Lowe's because I had some stuff to get. So my daughter is working on an Upcycle project for school, and I could not find my orbital sander. It's somewhere, and I don't know where it is. Even though I've cleaned up the shop, I think somebody borrowed it. That's what Joy says anyways, and we can't locate the person. We don't know who it is. But now that I bought one, a new one, bought myself a new orbital sander. Now that I bought a new one, the other one will turn up. I think the other one's about 20 some years old, and instead of the hook and loop sanding discs, it's actually adhesive, and it doesn't adhere very well. So I got a new one. I also, you guys saw the, well, hopefully saw the fire pit that I built. I'm working on a new one. Actually, well, they're in the shop. Let's see here. We're going there. I've got some pipes and some fittings, and we've got, well, we've got a pile of fire pits, washing machine tubs, and I'm building my mom one and my mother-in-law one. So I've got that. I've got all the parts for that. I've got the sanding pieces, and I'm gonna try to put those together. So I don't know if we're gonna show a video of my daughter's Upcycle project that she has to do, or if we're gonna show the fire pits, or we're gonna show both. We'll figure it out as we go. And I have Winnie the shop dog, and she is feeling more and more spry, getting healthier, right? Winnie, look at this mama dog. She's not pregnant anymore. She's got those puppies inside. What do you think, Win? Oh, you feeling good? Let's see everybody. You feeling good, baby? Oh yeah, look at that. Oh yeah. We are going to work on the Upcycle project. We got ourselves a new sander, you saw that. And we got a bunch of sanding discs. And Brielle says, aren't they all the same? There's 180 of them and 220 of them and 80 of them? Rub that, Brielle. What word would you say describes that? Compared to this?
Rough.
That one's rough. And this one is?
Smooth.
Okay. And that one's in the middle, right? 80 is the grit. It's coarse. This is 180 and this is 220. That's more fine for smooth. So this is going to make it like rough, but it'll take the big stuff down. And then as you go to smoother ones, and so you get a nicer finish. What are we making, Brielle?
Signs.
First, we're going to do shelves. She wants to make or not shelves, she wants to do just signs. And she's going to cut these in sections of some sort to put, maybe this one will cut here and it'll be this piece. To put some words on that are nice little signs that are positive or something. You'll see. I don't even know. Brielle,
I don't know either.
push this right here. So we've got the 80 grit paper on it. We're going to tear this thing up. Go.
No, you do it first.
See how that's working? The story on these they are the old treads, they're cherry, from our house probably 25 years ago. The stairs went a different direction, or maybe longer, maybe 30 plus years ago. And my dad took the stairs out, flipped them in a different direction, and changed up the whole upstairs of the house. And these are a couple of the treads left over. We actually, Dad used some of them for the new stairs, and for the 30, 35-year-old stairs. But he still had a couple pieces, and that's what these are. So we're going to reuse them and make some signs. All right, Brielle's going to take over. We're still working on the planning phases. You need to know what you want to write on them and what you want on there so we know what the size is. So this one's sanded down. What's it feel like? Like a baby's bottom. Woo! It's nice. So that one is done. We have one more to sand down. We've got to figure out some calculations, and we're going to need some ear protection and safety glasses so we can use the chop saw. We're going to cut them to the right dimensions, and we'll be ready for the signs. And then we'll start working on the other. So, is there anything else? Got to do some planning. The wood is sanded down. We're trying both sides. This is the distressed look. This was the tread of the step where you would walk. It's kind of busted up, you know, and probably jammed a couple toes on it. And then this side was the step also. But this side is the bottom side of the tread. And it's nice and clean. You can still see some marks from the planer when they planed it down, or from maybe it wasn't planed. Maybe it's the saw marks. You just can't tell because it's this way, not rounded. Anyways, so we're gonna go one side each. Brielle has these stencils that you can paint.
These are the ones I'm using.
It says thankful. Thankful, grateful, blessed.
There's a 40. This is a 41 pack.
Oh, I thought you said there's a Ford emblem. Yeah, that would be. Okay, so what one are you looking at? This one?
That one. Let's see if it would fit right here.
Let your faith be bigger than your fear. We need that nowadays, don't we?
Like right here.
Well, on this one?
Yeah.
I think it'll work there.
So that when it gets cut and it falls off.
So now we're going to go through the stencils, figure out which ones we want. Then we're going to mark these off, and we're going to cut each one to fit a stencil. We got our safety glasses. I kind of cleaned them. Mine are a little dusty too. We got our ear protection. We are ready to go. We'll get some of these figured out, marked out, and then you're going to watch Brielle use a chop saw. Oh yeah. This is your upcycle project. Hopefully you don't downcycle your hand. Okay. We'll be back once we have measurements. We have a plan. Our boards are not quite 3 feet. And I had to square this one up on the end, meaning it was at an angle, if you don't know what that means. And so I had to make it so it was at a 90-degree angle instead of being at a whatever it was.
Okay.
So now we're at 34¼ inches. The plan is making them 11¼ that's what we're going to start our first one at, and go from there. 11¼ it's 22½, 33¾ but we can make it a little bit bigger. One's going to be a little bit bigger, but with the saw kerf, that's the part that the saw cuts out. It's about 1/8 inch each time, so that's 1/4. So we'll have one is 1/4 inch longer. That'll be fine. Nobody's going to know. So we're going to start with that. So Brielle, you ready? The other issue is, and Brielle's not going to be able to do it. I'm going to have to probably do it. Our saw is not a radial arm saw or a sliding chop saw. So the issue is that my blade leaves about 1/2 inch at the end, so we're going to have to flip the board over and cut it to get the rest of it off, which will be fine. So we're going to let Brielle try her first cut. Yeah. I'm going to show you. So we're going to measure over.
My first cut's going to be my finger.
No. Well, you got 9 more. There's a pencil over there, a yellow pencil. I'd rather use the pencil than a pen.
The tire's going to roll.
That's what they do. We have a tire propped up over here for a chair.
Where?
Right on top of that.
I see.
Beautiful. Bring it on. Come on. I just need one of them. Just one. The one that's sharpened. The yellow one. Alright. 11¼ inches. Brielle, show me where 11¼ is. Find the 11.
There.
That's right. So we're gonna make a mark right there. And we're gonna cut just this side of the mark, okay?
That's a small mark.
Yep, we don't want a big mark.
I want a big mark.
So, get your headphones on, get your iPhones on.
Wait.
Alright, look, this is the trigger.
Okay.
Okay?
Don't.
I'm not gonna do anything with it yet. We're gonna bring this down, look. We're not gonna touch the trigger. We're gonna find our mark. It's right
I
here.
don't have my stuff on.
You get it on.
Well, I was having complications.
As soon as it happens. Alright, see how I'm bringing the blade down? Okay, so where it's right, you see the mark is right there. You look at the blade.
I don't want to do it.
We're gonna do it. I'm gonna hold the board right here. I'm gonna help you. Ready? We're gonna pull the trigger. Good. Don't pull the trigger, dude. Something over. We're pretty much just gonna match the saw blade to the hole. Right there. I hope it cuts it straight. Ready? I told Brielle to grab the board. She couldn't hear me. She caught it. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. It's at 0, so it should be a perfect, but it got a little piece off there, so we'll have to clean that up. It's rustic. So that's board 1. We're going to cut the rest of them. Have you ever heard the term measure twice and cut once? Have you ever heard that term? Check these out. Whoops. Good thing Brielle only had 2 of them to do on that side. Well, 3 of them. You could do still 3 of them, but she had the smaller one. I did it on purpose, really. That's what happened. Because we had this one here that's going to fit perfect on that board. Oh, yeah. It's beautiful. And she had one that we needed a little bit bigger of a piece for, and it just worked out that way. See, I had... this is the side that's distressed. It's worn in, and my mark is right there. And when I put it up there to the saw, I found a mark that was right there. And I put it right on it, and I cut it perfect. You see that nice mark right there?
Yeah.
Oh, it's good, right? But it's not that mark. But it's going to work really well for us because she had one that needed to be a little bit bigger, and that's going to work out. And these 4 are the same size, pretty much, relatively the same size. And everything's going to work out on those. So, we have those. We have some that are distressed, some that are not as distressed. And we have our stuff picked out. So the next thing we're going to do, after we go for dinner, because we got a text message on our phone that we're recording on that said, dinner's ready. So we're going to go in for dinner, and then we're going to come back out, and we are going to pick which ones. We're going to sand down, going to hit the edges a little bit, make sure everything's cleaned up, and wipe them all down. And then we need to find, I think we're going to do acrylic paints. Is that what we're doing? And we're going to do the painting on it, and then I think we'll put a clear finish on it possibly. So we will see you in a minute, and we will be painting the stencils. See you then. We're in the house. We're done in the shop. Shop work is all done. And Brielle cut all of the blanks to length that we need and sanded them all down. And now we're on the next step, which is?
We're painting with acrylic paint and sponge brushes.
Sponge brushes. And what do you do with the paint?
I don't know.
Put the brush in the paint, and then what do you do?
Put it on the stencil.
On the stencil. I think you dab it on. And you don't have too much paint on there. We want a nice clean look. So, now it's time to watch Brielle dab. How you do it? Oh.
Don't do it.
I don't know how to dab.
Don't do it.
All right, we're out. It's like this.
Don't do it. What you just do?
I don't know.
I'll watch it in the video.
These are the signs that are getting sprayed that Brielle has made. They're pretty cool. And now we're just going to clear coat them. And then she's going to give them out to unsuspecting friends and family members that she's chosen. So I'm doing a part of the project that Brielle was a little leery of. We're putting keyholes in the back for the hanger instead of nailing a piece of metal on there. So we're using a keyhole bit on a router, and I apologize for the noise. The brushes are just about shot, or the bearings, one or the other. But we put a hole or a mark on the board, and it's going to get loud. I'll turn it on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to plunge it in, push it up, and then bring it back out. It's got a hole in it, and the screw or nail will go and set in the top. You'll put it right on the wall, and it'll hang right there, and you won't have to worry about it falling off. That's that.
These are the finished products, and I think I know who they're all going to, but this one's going to Dad. And it's going to be hung up in his headquarters.
All right, everybody. Let Brielle know how she did on her project. I think she did a really good job. She has all her fingers still, and all of the boards looked really nice after she was finished. I love the sign, and I'm thankful. Thank you, honey. And that's what I have for everybody. Let's go on an adventure. Trout season was just recently, then turkey season. Now bass season is coming up this Saturday. And then it'll be archery season, and then gun season. Lots of adventures to be had. So hopefully you guys will keep watching the videos. Let Brielle know how she did. Give her a thumbs up and a like and a comment. Thanks for watching the video. And congratulations to all you kids that made it through the 2020 school year. Today's the last day of school for Brielle and Brenna. And hopefully they move on to their next grade. I'm pretty sure they will. But hopefully we'll be back to attending school with all the friends and teachers. And thank you to all the teachers and all the parents out there that helped the kids get through the rest of this year. That's it. Thanks for watching. I know we haven't had a video in a while. We're trying to finish this one up, and now we're gonna keep them rolling. Keep watching. Remember, we love you, and God loves you. And have a great summer. See ya. Say bye, Brielle.
See ya.
You're there. Perfect.
we have to wear these in science class? I always tickle my nose.
Are they dirty? Why don't we clean them? Gross. You're gonna see through them. How are you gonna do what you're doing?
I can see through them.
Okay.
Okay, so I brought these in. This is the little one that I was talking
ready?
about.
Oh, don't get stuff
It's
wet.
not wet.
It was wet. Just right there, it was just wet. It's recording.
I'm painting now.
Fix it.
I don't want to fix it.
I'm gonna edit all that out. Hurry up.
You guys have to leave the room. Okay. It's recording.
Yep.
Yep. And plug your ears.
Okay.
I don't want to. I'm stopping the recording.
Your dad can just cut it, Brielle.
Okay, go ahead. You can do it.
But I don't want to do it.
I know, but I don't want to do it either. And I gotta go to Lowe's. It's recording.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. You want me to sit right behind us so you're looking at me?
I want you over here. I'll share the seat.
I'm not sitting.
They probably can't see you if you're
I'll be
standing.
about.
I don't want to say it.
I'm doing everything you're asking.
Why don't you say it?
Because
That's
it's
the
your
only other thing I'm
project.
asking for. You said everything else.
I know. I'll start.
She cleans your feet.
Quick. You could say acrylic paints and sponge spouncers.
I'm going to say sponge brushes.
Sure. You just need to dab it in. Don't get too much on. And then
No, I'm not explaining the whole thing.
Here we go.
Because that's what you said in the first place.
It's a good thing to do. Alright. How's that? There we go. Is that the side? Is that the side? This the side?
Yeah.
That's the side. Alright. We're inside. We're done in the shop. All of the plank pieces, the boards, are all cut. I don't like that. Okay. We're inside. We're out of the shop. The shop work is done. All of the blanks are cut to length and sanded down. Brielle did a great job. Now what are we doing? Come on, Brielle. I'm doing all the work. Here we go. Do it again. We're inside. All the shop work is done. All the blanks are cut to length, and they're all sanded. Brielle did a great job on it. And now what are we doing?
I don't remember what you said for me to say. Why are you calling them blanks?
Because that's what, isn't this called a blank, babe?
That they were called planks.
No, planks is what you walk on the pirate ship.
Blanks?
That's what I would call it. It's a piece that's blank. You haven't done anything with it. You're just cutting them into sections. All right. Working on finishing up the project, right, Brielle? So, what do we have in your hand? What is it?
Talking.
Not talking. It's satin and flat clear finish. So we're gonna spray those on these. All right, I'll show you the finished project and the finished. What? We'll show you the finished product in a moment.
So these are the finished products, and I think I know who they're all going to. But this one's Dad's, and it's going up on the wall in his headquarters.